Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Dirt Racing Network. As tonight we are here with the Short Track Showdown series as they bring you the O'Reilly 60 right here at Concord Speedway. Qualifying is getting ready to roll out, and so that means I better introduce myself really quick. My name is K.R. Stolfus. I will be your host for tonight. Roger, basically Roger decided that he needed to go on vacation far, far away from everything. I don't blame him. I think I'd have done the same thing too. But either way, little does he know that getting to do a short track here at Concord is very exciting for me. So Dale Garrett out on the speedway as qualifying has started. Garrett in the 72, one of the first vehicles out on the track. At about 15 drivers register for this session here tonight. So Garrett on top of the leaderboard right now. John McLaughlin in the 77 finding his way around this Triangle Speedway. McLaughlin on the clock, and looked like maybe he tagged the wall a little bit there right before we switched over to the 92 of Josh Westendorf. But Garrett was the only one who had a time. Now Kyler Davis, it is single car qualifying. Dylan Delaney to the top with a 16.17. As we continue to watch Marvin Turnmeyer. Matt Knowles in the 915 making his way around the track. Drivers have 5 minutes to turn their qualifying laps, and then the admins will need the next 5 minutes to manually invert the top 5. We will give them a moment to do that. And just keep in mind when I show the grid here in a little bit, the top 5 will be inverted. But guys still have to take a qualifying time. Pete Dillon in the 7. Dillon making his way into turn number 3. His late model stock cars. Always been a car I wanted to take for a drive. I grew up on the dirt side of things. For those of you who don't know me, some of you do. But yeah, I grew up on the dirt side of things, and these late model cars weren't anything I got to pay too much attention to, at least on the asphalt side. Dirt late models, very, very different. And so the track is going to go quiet. So everybody getting in a qualifying time except for 2 drivers, Westendorf and Stolniker. I had a conversation with Zach Stolniker, and apparently if you're from the north, it's Stolniker. You got to do it fast, all right? You got to go like lightning quick, all right? But if you're from the south, it's Stolnaker. He says he's from the south, so it's officially Stolnaker. But if you're in the middle, you get to switch back and forth. So if I switch them back and forth, you'll know why. It's because I have 1 foot in the north and 1 foot in the south. The track has gone quiet. They are getting ready to start switching things over. So with that being said, we are going to step away for the national anthem. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with tonight's starting lineup for our Short Track Showdown series, O'Reilly's 60, right here at Concord.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise Please remove your hats.
And now, please welcome Pastor Sam Foley from Port Orange, Florida, to deliver tonight's invocation.
Father, we ask today that you protect and bless those who participate in this race. May they use good sportsmanship and respect for each other. And we'll thank you and praise you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get right into our starting lineup for this one as they get ready to manually move everyone around. Matt Eddy with that quick time at a 16.169. He will be inverted. Dylan Delaney as well. That would have been your front row without the invert. Dale Garrett, Kyler Davis from row 2. Jeff Wiederman and Pete Dillon. Sorry, Jeff Werderman and Pete Dillon. Row 3. Row 4, Marvin Turnmeyer and Hunter O'King. Row 5, Sean McLaughlin and Matt Knowles. Row 6, Bert Duffy and John Brunner. And our final few rows here, William Herring, Zach Stolnicker, and Josh Westendorf. Zach Stolnicker. That is just, it just rolls off the tongue sometimes. Other times, I say Stolnicker. Hey, I called it. I get to say it both ways, all right? Don't judge. I got explicit permissions from Mr. Zach to say it both ways. I'm going to take full advantage of it. You give me an inch, I take a mile. All right, here we go. Short track showdown series. O'Reilly 60 at Concord is green. Sail it off into turn number 1, boys. Eye wide and handsome, Kyler Davis takes the race lead. Into turn number 3, he is going to open up a bit of a gap on the opening lap. The 15 drivers out on the speedway. And our race leader is the 6. Fast lap goes to Dylan Delaney, making up some ground with a 16.34. He is closing in up very quickly on the 6. Dylan in that 88 machine closing into the back bumper. Meanwhile, we got some great racing throughout the rest of the pack. Orderman in the 81 trying to hold off a very hungry Pete Dillon. Dillon in the 7 trying to look for an opening. Werderman looks like he's got that rear end a little bit looser than he would like it. He's hanging it out there quite a bit. Pete Dillon looks like he's coming up off the corner nice and straight. Dillon bides his time. That 81 going to chew up the rear tires, and there will be an opening. As they start to get single file here, let's check in on a few more drivers. Hunter King in the number 1 as we look out the back of his race car at Marvin Turnmeyer. Marvin taking a peek to the inside. The 16 maybe going to have a run here. Turnmeyer, contact. The 1 goes for a spin. The 16 locks it down. A little bit of a bumper touch there and no further damage. With both cars to the tail end of the field. Our first caution of the night coming out. Let's take a look at what happened here. We saw this on the screen. Take a different look at it. I think the 16 thought the 1 was going to wash up just a bit more. The 1 maybe trying to keep that 16 a little bit tighter than he should have. Good hard racing there, slight contact, but yeah, I don't think anyone's going to be the worse for wear. Both drivers able to pull away off the nose. Beautiful paint job on that number 1. Oh, yellow flag has come out. "60 laps, our scheduled distance here in this O'Reilly 60. Let me know where you guys are watching from, who you are cheering for. I personally am cheering for all of our great competitors out on the speedway, mostly because I don't know any of them. I did get to talk to them a little bit before the racing started, but I mean, of course, they're all going to put on their best face when the broadcaster comes in. Now, I will say, 2 brothers, Pete Dillon, Stallnaker, they might go at it. Keep an eye on those 2. Pace car peeling off. We're going to wrap up our first caution of the night. Green flag is out, and here we go. Davis now trying to hold off Pete Dillon. Dillon with an excellent restart. Going to slot himself right into second place. Dillon making some moves here. Well, everyone seemed to have been caught napping, but now he's got to try and work around the 6. Going to be hard down on that inside lane. A lot of speed gets developed throughout that outside lane of turn 1 through the dog leg, but really when you get into turn 3, you still want to be down on that bottom lane. And it looks like the 7 will be able to hang tough there for a minute. '88 going to try and stuff it down in there as well. But as the door gets opened by the 7, the 6 of Kyler Davis maybe going to get shuffled out. Oh, as Davis smacks the wall. Delaney's going to get by in the 88. And Davis in a world of hurt here as that line is long. They are stacked up behind him. That contact with the wall really seemed to knock some wind out of him. We got a spin in the back. Brunner in the 46 has gone around. Take a look here and see what happened, and already he's crossed up. And to try and back this up a little bit further. There we go. It looks like the one of Hunter King on his back bumper. King gets in a little hot. Around goes the 46. So King, who was at the wrong end of a bump, finds himself dishing one out himself. Let's go on board with King. So, yellow flag in the air once again. Caution laps do not count. You have time to go get you a favorite adult beverage or water. I am drinking a very spicy water. This one was made from wild turkeys. And they used some rye. They gave it a score of 101. It was very good. Lights are out on our Ford Mustang pace car. It's going to dip off. All 15 drivers who started the race are still out there. King with the EOL. Green flag in the air, the 7 of Pete Dillon. Gonna try and get another fantastic start. The 88 got to hang tough in that outside lane. Otherwise, that train on that inside line will start shuffling cars back. We saw that happening to the 6 of Kyler Davis. Davis, who was our early race leader, now finds himself in 4th place. 72 of Dale Garrett right behind him. Pete Dillon in the clean air just set a new fast lap of the race at a 16.27. So Pete Dillon getting after it out there, and now he's opening up a gap. So Dillon looking very fast. 60 laps, though, a lot can happen. Matt Eddy has moved into 2nd. Dale Garrett 3rd. Herman in the 81. The inside of the 88. The first 3 cars have pulled away. Once they have broken free, they are out and about and setting sail. Now Matt Eddy one ups it. He has the fastest lap at a 16.14. So Eddy going a little bit faster. Meanwhile, we got a heck of a battle. 77 McLaughlin tucks in behind Delaney. Tyler Davis in the 6 is still stuck on the outside. Let me tell you, that is frustrating for sure to be out in front, get shuffled all the way back. Davis finally going to slot in here. We'll see if he is going to try and mount a rebound. Kernmeyer in the 16. after bumping Hunter King out of his way and taking the EOL on that one. He has made his way back up into 8th place. Speaking of King, he has pulled behind the wall. It looks like his night is done. So Hunter King out of this one. Go on aboard with Josh Westendorf. Josh in the 92, finding himself back into 12th place. About 5.5 seconds behind our race lead. Pete Dillon still our race leader and got about a 1.1 second gap over second place. Laps wind down quickly here. We are almost to the halfway mark. Oh, and right as we come to the battle for the race lead, first and second place make contact. Chaos behind them. The 7 got turned by the 88, and everyone stacks up behind. And Pete Dillon was our race leader. Gonna get some contact from the 88. Matt Eddy, and they go around. So Eddy got a full head of steam there. And then as they went around, it seemed like a whole bunch of other drivers coming in. Go off the nose of Marvin. We're going to try and break this one down as several cars have pulled onto pit road. One last look here and then we got to get back into it. Not a lot of time under these yellows. This one from Matt Knowles. So the 72 of Dale Garrett. Going to inherit the race lead. The 81, Jeff Werderman. Like he's going to restart on the outside here as they are stacking up, but caution flag has come back out. The lights were out on the pace car, but we'll turn them back on. Quite a few drivers making some pit stops there, trying to hammer out some damage, and that was our first big dust up. First few cars we've seen make what I would call a little bit of heavy contact. We saw a few other bumper touches that sent cars half spinning round, but it was a little bit more intense. We are trying to get everyone shuffled back into place. This time it looks like the lights have gone out on the pace car and will be staying out. We're going to get back after it. Your O'Reilly 60 here at Concord. Now, your O'Reilly 30. Dale Garrett in the 72 enjoying that clean air for the first time. We'll see what he's got in store. Keep in mind, fastest lap of the race was by Matt Eddy at a 16.14. Caution flag coming out. Big time trouble towards the back. Scott McLaughlin in the 77 finding some issue here. Another 4-car pileup as the 77 went for a spin and had some help from the 46. Take another look here. 77 kept it off the 92. The 46 comes in. Just the slightest of taps. All it takes. See if we can't change this real quick. Did do it right. There we go. That guy wasn't getting enough airtime for my liking. Fixed it. All right, lights are out on the pace car. We're just past the halfway mark. We're going to get these guys back to that green flag racing that we want to see. '72 in control of the field. Dale Garrett grabs that throttle. And here we go. Dylan Delaney in the 88, a little bit squirrely coming up off the corner there. And Dylan still having issues, tags the wall. Here comes the 16 of Marvin Turnmeyer. Marvin, with a great run, he gets a little bit squirrely. You can see that laying down some black rubber as he got to the throttle hard. Well, Marvin making a good run there. Marvin into second. Dylan now battling for third as here comes Pete Dillon. So Pete Dillon moves in the third. Delaney still under pressure. Delaney trying to stay in the fourth place. Werderman in the 81. Right now in a fifth. 915, but that is Matt Knowles. So on board as he battles in this 8th spot, trying to get around the 92. 88 going to squeeze by here. Contact with the wall. And the 88 makes it up into 8th place. Knowles drops into 9th. how quickly your fortunes can change. 81 and Werderman into 6th place. Bert Duffy, we haven't got to talk about Bert Duffy in this 75. Ooh, 81 looked like he sailed it into the corner and cost him a little bit of momentum. Bert up 6 positions to be in this top 5. Not our biggest mover of the race as we got 20 laps to go. Our biggest mover of the race right now as things stand, that is Josh Westendorf. He is up 8 positions from where he qualified. Only one car is out of the race. We've had a couple of cautions. And Hunter King, the only car behind the wall. A few of our drivers have had some slight contact with each other. So far, no one has thrown a steering wheel out the window, though. So fight night hasn't happened quite yet, but that usually starts to happen with about 10 laps to go. Somebody somewhere starts feeling the pressure and will move out of the way, but the yellow flag is going to come out. And we had a few drivers making contact here. Let's take a look. The 92, a 3-way battle, goes for a spin. Our biggest mover of the race has to catch his breath, do it all over again. See if we can't get another look at it from this point of view. On board with McLaughlin. So slight contact there, and round they go. So the lights are on the pace car. This race is winding down. Field stacked up, 2 by 2. Pace car peels off. Here we go. Gonna have 17 laps to go when the green flag comes out. This race has seen its fair share of driver swapping positions from first to last, last to first, and everything in between. Dale Garrett in the 72 gets a good jump. And that is exactly what he needed to hold off Marvin. Single file until we get to this 88. Dillon and McLaughlin. Maybe trying to go side by side here and make something happen, but very quickly this race got single file. Kyler Davis in the 6, making a move on the inside of the 16. And Marvin falling back here in about 3 laps from that restart. Did not get the jump that he needed. He falls to 5th place, put Davis into 4th. Now the 16 under pressure from Delaney. McLaughlin back there as well. Check in on Zach Stolnaker. 92 of Westendorf just ahead of him. Westendorf going to have to hang some new sheet metal on the left side of his car at the end of the night. Stolnaker to his inside. Battle up ahead. Ernmeyer in the 16, continuing to fall back. So he restarted in second place, now falls all the way to ninth, and looks like he's going to lose some more spots. Marvin maybe burned up his tires a bit early. I do see that he spent some time on pit road, but I don't know if they are allowed to take tires. I did not get all the rules. Hey, I'm just here to sub, right? Doing the best I can with what little information I got. Actually, I probably got a lot of information. I should say doing what I can with what little information I retained. I'm going to be 100% honest. Dale Garrett, though, in the 72, trying to retain the race lead. Pete Dillon in the 7 wants to take it away from him. Dillon and Eddie would like to resume their first and second place battle that they had before contact between those two triggered a big pileup on the backstretch. We're down to 5 laps to go. Dale Garrett can feel his heart beating in his fingertips as he is under heavy pressure from the 7 and the 88. They all get a little bit crossed up. You can know that they are starting to push hard as their tires are wearing out. Dillon maybe going to give a cage rattling nudge to the 72. But 3 laps to go. Down to 2, we could see the white flag next time by. Garrett going to have to hold him off for one more lap. Here we go, final time around as the white flag is in the air. Garrett's going to tag the wall, keeps his foot in it, maybe pulls away because of that. Into the final corner, here they come off of turn number 3, and the 72 of Dale Garrett is going to pick up the win here in race number 2 of the season. So Garrett picks up the win. Let's go ahead and take a look at our results. Like maybe they're not going to come up for me. As the 72 celebrates his race win. Turn it down. All right, we'll give our race winner a moment. See if he makes it into Discord. Do not see Dale Garrett. I guess we can fire off with third place finisher. Go ahead and go there. Let's start with our third place finisher. That is Matt Eddy in the 88. Matt, congratulations on third place, man. Nice run.
Can you hear me? I can't hear you.
I can hear you now. How about now? Can you hear me now? Nothing? Anything? We can hear you. All right. He's going to work on that. I tell you what, our race winner's in here now, so we'll try another interview. Dale.
Hey. Got me?
Hey, do you know you won the race?
I think so. I don't really understand how.
Well, that 72 got to the start-finish line there after doing 60 laps before anyone else did. That's all you gotta do, man. It's not that hard.
Yeah, I don't know if Pete and Matt or something had tires. They were eating me up at the end. I didn't pit all race. I don't know how I won this thing. I really don't, because I didn't feel that fast, but I guess it was. Typically, I don't really care for this track. Do not like the way it drives. Does not fit my driving style at all. I think this is actually the first time I've ever won here in anything. Kind of in shock, but pretty cool.
Well, man, I'll tell you, that is a great job there. That 72, you could tell you were struggling and that the cars behind you were just looking for an opening. You didn't give them that opening. So, man, it's got to feel good, but shout outs, thank yous. Anything you'd like to add?
Yeah. Shout out to Marv and Jeff for keeping this league going. It's a lot of fun coming here every week. Been here a while, been racing with these guys a long while, and it's fun every week. And thank you all for live streaming this and giving us something to look back on, even if we grow apart from each other. So yeah, it was pretty cool.
All right, man. Well, nice job, Dale. Congratulations on the race win.
Thank you, sir.
That is Dale Garrett, your race winner. Now let's move on to our driver who finished in second place, and that is none other than the 7 of Pete Dillon. Pete, congratulations on second.
Thank you, man. We wanted it real bad tonight.
I'll tell you, that 7 was fast, and man, you had to come from the back at least once. We saw the contact between you and the 88. Tell us a little bit about that mid-race scuffle and then your battle back to finishing second.
Well, I had slowed up quite a bit. I burnt my stuff up on the outside of Wardament, and so I seen him coming, and I was actually going to give him the spot at the end of the back straightaway. I was going to go high and let him and Dale go by because I seen they saved their tires a little better, but he got to my back bumper a little earlier. You know, he apologized, checked up, or, you know, he spun me, but he didn't mean to do it. So, you know, it's just a racing deal.
Well, just a racing deal, but I'll tell you, that 7 was bad fast, made its way all the way back up into second, and I think maybe another lap, maybe another 5 laps, you might have had that top spot again.
Yeah, Dale Garrett, man, he's a smooth operator. He's a fast guy and hard to beat. I'm glad he's come into the league and raced with us. I'm going to enjoy it that much more when I finally do get the win.
All right, man. Well, a solid second place finish here. Shout outs, thank yous. Anything you'd like to add?
No, thanks for Marvin and Jeff Orderman for putting the show on, and you for broadcasting. All our league sponsors and stuff like that, and all the guys that come out here and race weekly. I really look forward to this every week.
Well, man, nice job, and once again, congratulations on second place.
Thank you very much.
As Pete Dillon bringing it home on the second step of the podium. But now let's see if we can get a word in with Mr. Matt Eddy. Matt, you got everything figured out?
Oh, yeah, we can hear you now.
Perfect. Awesome job finishing in third place. Tell us a little bit about your race, man.
Well, it was a fun race. This track's always fun. It's pretty entertaining. Would have been a little better if I hadn't run Pete over there about halfway.
Oh, that's fine. Pete's not important. Getting to the front, though, and making it entertaining for us, that's what was important.
Yeah, it was a good time. I really like this place, and we could have maybe had a little better tires there if we hadn't had to go to the back and raced a little better there at the end.
Well, man, I'll tell you what, that 88 still came back through the field after your mid-race contact and had a shot at the end. Final few laps, both you and the 7 were knocking on the door of that 72, but just couldn't quite get by.
Nope, not quite. You can get some runs. This track's odd enough that you can take some lines and get runs, but holes close in a hurry, and it's a matter of trying to keep your momentum right so you can get the run and fill the hole.
Well, man, a solid third place finish for you here tonight. Shout outs, thank yous, anything you need to add?
Thanks to Marv and Jeff and all the guys for running the series. They always do a good job. They keep us a good show running, and appreciate everything they do. I know it's not easy.
All right, man. Well, once again, congratulations on that third place finish.
Thank you.
All right, well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and see about going through the rest of our results for this one. It's not going to happen, so I'm just going to read it off. So Dale Garrett, Pete Dillon, Matt Eddy, we got to talk to our podium finishing drivers. Kyler Davis, 4th, rounding out your top 5. That is the 77 of Sean McLaughlin. Dylan Delaney brings it home in 6th. 7th goes to Matt Knowles. 8th is Jeff Verderman. Bert Duffy finishing in 9th. 10th goes to Josh Westendorf. Zach Stallnaker finishing in 11th. 12th place goes to John Brunner. Marvin Turnmeyer into 13th. 14th is William Herring. And Hunter King finishing in 15th spot. So with all of that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I do want to thank you all for joining us here tonight for the O'Reilly 60 here at Concord. As for me, I don't know when I'll see you guys again. I sub in for Roger when he needs me to, so I'm sure I will get to talk to y'all. But until then, y'all stay safe, have a good night, and thank you oh so much for being here. So until next time, bye.